Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back. This is the Snitch Stitcher here on YouTube. My name is Kim. I'm in the Dallas area and I am an avid cross stitcher. I've been stitching for a very long time. So if you're new, hold on. It gets a little crazy. I'm kind of all over the place. If you're coming back for number two, this is, just video number two, you kind of have an idea of what to expect. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It makes me, gives me some good vibes and kind of helps things, makes me feel a little bit better. So anyway, so I was going to start off. So I am getting ready to go to a retreat this coming weekend. It is Dirty Annie's Texas Two-Step. It's going to be in Fort Worth. So excited. This is her first retreat that she's putting on. This first one, there's only going to be, I think, like 50 people. So I'm kind of excited because after going to StitchCon earlier this year and there was 300 people, and a lot of the other retreats I go to 100, 150 at least. So it's kind of exciting to do that. So I'm kind of tickled. So I will be trying to take some video and take some photos and get things together so that I can share that with you. I'm really excited to see what happens. Plus I get to spend some time with some of my favorite people, not just stitchy people, but they're just some of my favorite people in general. Tammy, I'm talking about you. Love you. Anyway, so we've been working on different little goodies. I don't know if you can kind of tell back here, I've got some little table mate gifts. We've kind of started doing that, doing like a little retreat survival kit. So Tammy, look away. I just got some tissue, a needle minder, some hand sanitizer, things like that. And I wanted to do a little shout out, just do little things that, for people. And I learned about this at StitchCon. One of the ladies did floss drops out of playing cards. Are these not freaking fabulous? It's a perfect idea. So I just put up my own little deal. Just wanted to floss drop a little goodie from me to you and put my information so that I can kind of share that and, share a little love, because that's what this is about, sharing the love. So let's go ahead and dive in, and I'm going to go ahead and show you some things that I've been working on this week. Now, I've been working with Kelly. She is on YouTube as Don't Run With Scissors. See, I got it right this time, Kelly. And on Instagram, she's under His Princess Kelly. So she got me into doing Stitch the Paralympics. We ended up taking the same prompts that were used for Stitch the Olympics, and we decided to just kind of do the same prompts for Stitch the Paralympics, and it closed and it's done, and now I have to figure out what I want to stitch, and that's kind of it's a thing. So my first project, this is yet another project bag from my bestie Tanya, Needle and Bone. They're like the best bags ever. I love the small ones. So one of the things that I got started with all of this is Strength and Dignity. And I've been trying not to say Strength and Diggity because I did write it that way. It's going to be kind of cute. It's going to be really cute. So this is the start that I've got going on it. She's on a silver, I think it's Silver Moon linen. And this is the pattern here. Let me turn it where you can read it. And it is by The Proper Stitcher. It is beautiful and I love it. And I'm doing the called for DMC. I started to do the over dyes and I was just like, yeah, no, not going to. It is on 28 count linen. I'm enjoying stitching on it. I think I have messed up somewhere, but we're going to wag it. And like I told some people when I posted on Instagram about this last night, I said, I'm going to wag it. And if you don't know what wag is, W-A-G, it's wild ass guess. I don't know where I found out about that, but that's what I've always called it. So there we are. Now I do a lot of different stuff. I do stuff with words. I do occasionally a sampler-ish. It's not necessarily my favorite go-to. I do have a couple of samplers that I do want to do, and we'll see what happens with them, but I'm just not there yet. I don't feel like adult enough stitcher. One of them, Lucy Calcutta, she is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, but she's a big girl, and I'm not ready to take her on yet. So hopefully I'll get into that before too long. So another one of my webs, of course, in another tiny bag, and of course it's an Alice in Wonderland because I love Alice in Wonderland and flamingos, as you can tell. But oh, the zippers, yes, she does fabulous. So this is a project. I know a lot of people have seen this over the years. This is One Nation. She's a big girl, at least a big girl for me. She just seems to be pretty darn good size. So I decided, in my infinite wisdom, And let's see, I started her October 9th, 2021, and I was at a retreat. And I had put little cards in that show the pattern, when I started it, when I finished it, when and if I ever FFO it, then I'll put this on the back of the finished piece, whatever. And then I put the linen and called for colors and my little notes of whatever I have on there. And it helps me be able to keep up with what's going on, because somebody will ask me, hey, what fabric is that? So I am doing this on 32 count linen in the colorway Sandbar. Sandbar is gorgeous, from Under the Sea Fabrics. Leslie is one of my favorite dyers, but she does fabulous. So I started this at a retreat in 2021, and in my insane mind, I thought, hey, yes, I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna stitch on this, I'm gonna get it done, and I'm gonna bring it back next year, and it's gonna be all finished. That was 2021. So like I said, she's a pretty good sized girl. Here we go. So there's a lot of different ways to finish her. I am doing over 2. I am doing just the DMC. I am going to, when I get down to the state of Texas, my goal is, I believe the A in Texas, I can't believe I'm going to do the A or the X in Texas, that I want to do is like a Texas star. I started to do what I've seen a lot of people do, is do a slightly different color on whatever states they live in. I've lived in a lot of different states over the years. So doing that, I think it would detract from the pattern to do that. So I'm not quite sure. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do. But I live currently in Texas. I've lived here, I think the longest I've probably lived anywhere in my life. But these stars, y'all, are gorgeous. I am going to go around later once I get closer to finish. I saw somebody on one of the groups that did kind of like a blue outline. So, and it really made the stars pop. So I'm kind of considering it. And just so you know, there may be an appearance by the fur ball. She has been down here around my feet and making a little bit of racket and rubbing on my chair and trying to knock stuff over. So hopefully she doesn't knock it over. But if I can get her over here, I might pick her up and introduce you. Because normally she's chiming up when I'm like on Zoom or things like that. So she's very vocal. She likes to be seeing what's going on. So another bag by Tanya, because I love my Frida and I love my sugar skulls and all things that are bright and colorful. This is a newer project that I started. This is one of the ones I told you that I was wanting to start. Ow, I got a hair caught in there. Well, just because I can start, because I just love starting things, because I have a problem and I love it, and it's a thing. But it is called Dreamer from the Artsy Housewife. Flamingo, of course. She's gorgeous. I love her. But I did not like the fabric that she was done on. And so I was just like, you know what? In my mind's eye, I want to do something bright, something blue, gorgeous. So I picked up, well, actually I've had this, because as we've discussed previously, I'm a fabric slut. I have a lot of fabric. So this is Calypso K from Under the Sea Fabrics. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving the color. Now, I did not do the full call for colors because, yeah, I think, let's see, this has got Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, DMC, Weeks, all kinds of stuff. So I pulled the DMC that showed, and I decided I would go ahead and pull for my over dyes. So this is what we're looking at. Oh, and it's stuck to my needle minder stuck. So it's some really pretty colors. I really like these. I've kind of played around with them. I think they're going to be great. So most of them are color and cotton. There are a couple of gassed. My favorite black is Black Crow from Gentle Arts or Gassed. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. But I am stitching this on 32 count linen, Calypso's K by Under the Sea Fabrics. And it's fabulous. I absolutely love it. I haven't made it that far yet because I've been doing lots of stuff, especially with the Stitch the Paralympic prompts. I have been really going a little crazy with things and starting stuff and doing things, just all the stuff. So we'll see what happens. I do want to get back on it because I really love it, and I'm excited to see how these colors pop out. I did go a little bit brighter, like I said before, on the greens of the leaves, and I just wanted to add a little bit more punch. To me, it seems a little drab, and I really wanted to. I like the bright. I mean, you can tell all this, but that's where we're at with that. And so here's another one that I have started. Now, this is Owl Forest Embroidery. Their floss that they dye for their projects, amazing, absolutely wonderful. Their red is really, really, really pretty. So this is the Queen of Hearts from Owl Forest Embroidery, and hopefully I can get her to zoom in. Come on, woman, do what you're supposed to. She is fabulous. You can see the cat there, and one day I'll be able to get the video to pull in where it's supposed to. The only thing with this is that they didn't have the bead kit for this any longer. So I don't have the beads. So I'm going to have to source the beads. And I'm not quite sure where all I'm going to find those. I figured I'd wait a little bit. I mean, I've still got more to stitch on it. Quite a bit to stitch on it. I've got a dress. That big Hawken dress. I'm telling you, that was something else. So I may try to reach back out and see if they have the bead set again at a later date, and hopefully they will. And then when I get to that point, y'all, I hate to bead. For somebody that hates to bead, I have a ton of Mill Hill kits, and I have a ton of projects that need beading. I don't mind it in little doses here and there. I will put little dots. I will put little beads for eyeballs instead of doing French knots, because French knots and I do not agree. But this has got some gorgeous stuff. So I am doing this on 32 count. What is this? It's Biscuit. I know for a fact. Let me pull out my handy dandy card. Lugana. 32 count Lugana. And she is just so pretty. But like I said, that dress, I didn't think she was ever going to end. Now there's a lot of beading that is in this area. I won't bead, of course, until later. And I got to have the beads first. But I always stitch first, and then we'll add, whatever beads and everything. But she is so pretty. And I just love the look of her, and I can't wait to get into the rest of the trellis and everything, and all like the cards and all the stuff that's going to be down at the bottom. But feeds into my love of all things Alice in Wonderland. I do have the Alice in Wonderland pattern from Owl Forest Embroidery as well. I wanted to get further on the Queen of Hearts before I went any further, because otherwise I'd be working on both of them, and neither one of them would ever get finished. But it will happen. It will happen one day. Just give me time. Give me time. It'll happen. It'll happen. So another Tula Pink fabric. This is another bag by Tanya, because she knows me. It's got my shrimp. It's got my flamingos. It's got everything. The zipper. Ended up adding this ribbon because it just went perfect with it. Tanya's bags. I will forever promote her. I mean, I even have on my water bottle, I have one of her stickers, and I will promote her all the live long day. I mean, I try to do that with all of my friends, but seriously, her bags are fabulous. So another whip that I've been working on, and I started this one. I actually got the pattern when I went to StitchCon, and we went to Keepsakes, because when you go to StitchCon or when you go to Ohio, you have to go to Keepsakes. It's mandatory, isn't it? Yeah. They did take a bit of my money. Not a whole lot, but they did take a bit of my money. But I found this set of patterns. It's a twofer. It's called the Two Familiars. And I am working on Nevermore. Actually, it was one of my prompts for Stitch the Paralympics. It was stitched on something with a circle. And I used the O and more from Nevermore. Hey, do what you got to do to make those prompts. So another bag from Tanya. This fabric is super cute. Absolutely super cute. So she is definitely my bag dealer. So I am doing this on it's a Monaco, 28 count Monaco. And I think I may have picked it up at either a Past the Stash table or, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe at a stash sale, something along those lines. It's a hand dyed. I don't know if it's like a tea dye or whatever. I do realize that I messed up. This little dot down here is supposed to be another color. But I love this pattern. It is so much fun. I've been taking this to work and working on it at my lunch so I could fill in, and it's not too difficult. And so I'm really enjoying it. And I do try to, a lot of times when I have stuff, because this has got a lot of speckled pieces all over the place, I will go and do my little stitching around the edge to where it's like 10 up and then 10 down, 10 up, 10 down. Well, in this case, because it's over 2, it's 20 up, 20 down, 20 up, 20 down. And that lets me kind of know where I'm at. I still managed to get off somewhere on the tail. I'm not quite sure where. Wag it. I am not going to pull this out. But it is an enjoyable stitch, and it's small, and I'll put it in my bag for work and do all the things. So those are the whips that I've kind of been working on. I have a whole bunch of whips. So I didn't want to bring them all out at one time. I'll kind of pull them out a little bit by a little bit. But I did have a finish. I am so excited. So I started August 28th, and I started this pattern by the Crafty Bluebonnet, a Texas State Spool, and it was actually, I think it was my start for the beginning of the Paralympics, and I've used it as a couple of different prompts. But this is the pattern, and I got this at Stitching Texas, which is retreat here in the Dallas area, Flower Mound technically, and I've been going there every year. I'm an early bird. We put money down so that she could reserve the area and everything. And it's great. I go every year. I love it. It's my people. But I have a finish. Looky. This is on 32 count Selkie from Under the Sea Fabrics. This was in a little kit. And instead of stitching the star, this was part of the kit. They had the star button. So y'all, I ironed this stuff. I iron this stuff for y'all. I rarely ever iron. I hate ironing. Detest it. Not even my clothes. I've always hated ironing, but I did this for you. I mean, it still has a little bit. I didn't do a super great job. You can still see the hoop line. It's okay. It's all good. But I finished stitching. So for those that maybe weren't here for last time, I am more of a process stitcher than a project stitcher. I enjoy the process. I may never ever actually finish anything, fully finish it. We'll see. And finish stitching stuff, because I have so many things that I've started, and then I start more, and then I start more, and I start more, and it makes me feel better. But it's a thing. So one thing that I have gotten into, and I've got several of these patterns, I just have not, I haven't stitched all of them yet because I do it like in little spurts. And I do with my monthly stitching group, we have our monthly challenges. And so a lot of times I'll use some of these to start something new as a way to meet that challenge, because maybe something I have doesn't really warrant it, and maybe it's not something that I want to necessarily work on, but you know, it works. So these are from Lunar Fox Stitch. These are just little, they're called stamps. They're supposed to have like a stamp edge that goes around them. I didn't really want to do that. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to finish these. I'm thinking about possibly putting them in a little smash book with some of my smaller finishes. I haven't decided yet. I'm still trying to, I've been working on this idea for like 4 years. Has it happened yet? No, I just have them piling up. But I love me some Star Wars, Princess Leia, she's the girl. But just the detail. This is from Lunar Fox Stitch. Now, I think she has a website now. She used to be Etsy, but I don't believe she is anymore. And of course, the Mad Hatter. And I like that they don't have the faces. Now, one of the girls I worked with, she's like, that's weird. They don't have a face. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Because it's hard to get the details. She said, but yeah, that's strange. And I'm like, yeah, well, it works. So, another one that I to do for a challenge. So I sometimes I will alter a pattern slightly. So I needed a pattern that had fire, and I didn't really want to start anything big and bright and crazy. And so I found this one, and I thought that this was fire until I got a closer look at the pattern. So this is Summer Lantern. It's by Sweet Annette on Etsy. And this one, I mean, if you go back and look on my Instagram, I have the pictures of it before and after back stitching. It's like when you have your glasses off and you're blind as a bat, and then you put your glasses back on and with the back stitching. Is exactly what it seems like. But it was supposed to be a light bulb that was in there, but I just kind of played around with it, added some other colors and made it look like a flame. So there was my fire. So I like trying, it was my idea to start doing the challenges, and I like trying to push those whenever possible. And some of the other smalls that I decided to get into were the mini masterpieces. There's a book. Actually, I think she's got a second book now. It's called The Stitch Patterns on Etsy, but it's the mini masterpieces. So here's Water Lilies by Claude Monet. So it's just neat. It's just something a little different. They're small. And honestly, some of these will have like 13, 14 colors in them. And you're like, what the heck? Because it's so small, but it does have a lot. But and I always do them 18 count aida just because they're easy to count and they look good. And it's nice and stiff enough. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I may end up doing a small book eventually. Yeah. So this is, I talked to you guys before about me wanting to pick up, it seems like when I go to retreats, I pick up from the stash tables some of the odd or unusual patterns. This is one that came from, I think, the second year of Stitching Texas. My friend Anna, who we are now allowed to make eye contact with each other if there's something crazy going on. And we're not allowed to sit next to each other if it's got to be serious, because it's not going to be. So she was browsing through the stash table because you never know what you're going to find when you go through there. She found this joy. And it is Banbury Cross by A Little by Little. Look at that rooster. Is that not just fabulous? I mean, a monkey on a rooster. So I didn't want to do the whole thing. Yeah. We were supposed to, I'm the only one that stitched it now. We were supposed to do hashtag ride the spotted cock because, yeah. So I took it and I wanted to have fun with it. And so I made it my own. This is a pale pink linen. I think it's 28 count linen. And let me see if I can get this to focus in. The monkey, he is on there. It is a pink rooster, over dyed. He is wonderful. Come on. Get in there. There you go. And I even braided his little reins so that it left it down where it had little tassels and stuff down there. But he's fabulous. What I'm going to do with him, I don't know. But he's wonderful. And he's fun. And that's kind of where it started, my love of finding something weird or something unusual or off kilter for stitching retreats with Past the Stash Table. It just makes it fun, and why not? So that's all the finished stuff that I have for you, and I have more. Trust me, I have more. I mean, I've got all of these that are up here. I've got a whole bunch of different items, but things that I want to start. I've had this pattern for a little while. And I've been wanting to do it, and talking about minis made me really think about it, because I was looking through my stash and thinking of things that I wanted to do. And I found this pattern. I don't even remember when I found it. I love Queen, first of all. Freddie Meowcurry. Look, Freddie's a cat. Is that not freaking fabulous? So this is going to have to be one of my next ones to start. And it shouldn't be too long. Okay, famous last words. But there's a lot going on in there. So we'll see. I think it is, it's 51 by 51. So it should be too bad. But that back stitching to get all the whiskers and all the stuff, that's going to be the thing. That's going to be the thing. So we shall see. Stranger things have happened. And I did want to give a shout out to Stitching with Lou. So she mentioned in the comments that she had it because she found, that I love flamingos, all that kind of stuff. Yes, I found my Deck the Palms from the Mindful Needle. This pattern, super cute. And guess what? Yes, this is a flamingo paperclip because, of course, hello. It even has the beads and the little snowball for the hat. So let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, it's not going to take us long, but we need to do this. Christmas is coming up. We need to do this. So we'll figure something out. I'll reach out to you or reach out to me on Instagram or on YouTube, either one. And so we can get this done. I think this would be fabulous. I think I have the perfect fabric for this. And so anybody else that wants to jump on, come on, we'll do it. And now there is I cannot remember it off the top of my head, and I will tell you guys more about it next time, because right now my brain is still, like I said, in retreat mode. Kelly, Don't Run with Scissors, and I came across a mystery stitch along. It's supposed to be 6 weeks. I'll get you guys all the details for it next time. I'll tell you all about it, but it looks like it's going to be interesting. It looks like it's something a little different, and so I figured, you know, why not? Let's try something new. But so that is pretty much what I have for you guys today. It's going to be a little bit shorter, I think, than what the last one was. Like I said, I do want to try to keep it about a half hour, just to make it a little bit easier on everybody. Because I know there's a lot of people to watch out there. Oh, I do want to shout out for one thing though. Okay, Tanya, my girl. So I carry business cards for her because I always want to brag about her bags. And I've started carrying business cards for me. And so she made me 2 of them. Are they not just fabulous? Little business card holders. And I think it's awesome that they're Alice in Wonderland fabric. So I had gotten some cards after StitchCon, because why not, where somebody had done floss drops with them. And so I had just had my little bit of information and then made it into a thread drop on the back. So I give these out when people are asking, oh, hey, you know, where can I follow you? That kind of thing. So that my cards are in here. And then Tanya's cards, and I thought it was cute because my cards are white, so they're in the dark one, so you can see them. And her cards are black, so they're in the white fabric, so she can see, so that I can see them. But I've got her cards. Let me if I can get it to focus. There we go. Her needle and bone. So I thought it was really cute. It was really sweet. She spoils me rotten, absolute freaking rotten. But that's what friends are for. So it makes it really great. And so I think that's about it. I did tell you that I was going to show you some of my light bulbs. I paint burnout light bulbs and turn them into ornaments. I started doing this when I lived in Utah, and a lady I worked with, Elaine, was teaching painting classes. And I had done some watercolors and landscapes and different things like that over the years, but I really hadn't done a whole lot of like the toll painting. And she was teaching some classes. So there was a book, and I can't remember the lady's name. I think it's Sherry Holman, where she would take burnout light bulbs and turn them into ornaments. Well, I've kind of taken it to the next step for what I do. So I take burnout light bulbs into the regular incandescent light bulbs, and I turn them into ornaments. So they can't be used, they can't be plugged in anymore. There's a whole lot of paint on here, so I mean, these suckers are pretty hard. But this is my Grinch. He's one of my favorites. They have a little hanger, and he's got his little floof and everything. And then I started because they're the perfect shape for it, but light bulbs are the perfect shape for these little guys. Penguins. I started calling flamingos. I know they're not flamingos. But I started doing these. This is Texas Longhorns. I'm not a Longhorn fan. This is for somebody. This was an order. Kind of kills me every time I have to do Longhorn. Go OU, Boomer Sooner. That's my thing. But I did start making these little felt hats, and I put like the names on the back sometimes if they want them. And so they've got their little feet, and then I put my little thing down there. Used to be Light Bulb Diva is what it's called, because I would have so much fun with it. And a girlfriend of mine said, oh, you're such a diva with those light bulbs. And it just kind of stuck. So I've been doing these for a while. So that's just one of the hobbies that I like to do. It's just a lot of fun, and it brings me joy. So hopefully this has been entertaining for you. I've been a little bit more calm today. I don't know why. It's one of those things. I think because my brain is just in a retreat mode. I cannot wait, and I cannot wait to share it with you. I think from what I understand, there is going to be people dressing up like Dolly and all blinged out with, you know, boots and the clothes and the hair and the whole thing and the hats. I, however, am not doing that. That is just not my ballywick, but more power to them. I will definitely be there to enjoy it, and I will take as many pictures as people will let me. So hopefully I can share that with you after I get back and get it all edited and put together and everything. So anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful next couple of weeks before I see you again. And just do what makes your heart happy and keep on stitching. Love you guys.